So, hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Hack Share. On this episode, I'm joined by two guests, and this is a first for me because I've never actually recorded a video podcast before. So I hope you enjoy this. But I'm actually joined by one of the UK's rap artists who is releasing his original tracks on both Spotify and YouTube under the name of Bayo. Bayo has an incredibly fast-growing YouTube channel with over 2.8 million views and over 50,000 subscribers. My other guest runs an independent media and film production business called Eterno Media, which in Latin is translated to eternal media. They have both been working together to create some amazing music videos with a powerful message surrounding mental health. So please, thank you, my guests, for joining, and thanks for tuning in. My guest today is Bailey and Thomas Ratcliffe. How are you both doing, guys?
Yeah, really good.
Hey, Tom. Yeah, good, thank you.
Good.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having us on. We appreciate it.
No, thanks for joining. And I just want to say congratulations because you released your music video yesterday, which is I'll Be There, which is awesome. And we'll get into that into the podcast. But I just wanted to find out a little bit about you both. I mean, how did you first start working together?
I found Tom. We've been Facebook friends for absolutely ages. And I've always seen his stuff. I've always digged it. And then I won't get into how we first met because it was like a bit of a rap battle between all the rappers where in my hometown. That's where I originally found Tom, because he wanted to do a documentary style video on the rappers of my area. It just didn't go down very well. So that's how we first came about each other. And obviously Tom came to me then and saw what I was doing, like pushing mental health. And that's really where me and Tom connected so well, because he thought the same as me, and he thought we were doing a cracking job for other people that are suffering at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, it is great. I mean, how do you guys? I mean, what does mental health mean to you? I mean, how is it so important to you?
Go on, you go, Tom.
Yeah, sure. Well, I think what Luke said, the kind of things he was doing, immediately you could notice that. And I think you see a lot of rappers or a lot of artists or people who in their profession are doing things. It's all very monetary driven, that kind of, materialistic. And they're going after that for gain value and not really for themselves or for others. But I immediately noticed what Luke was doing. It wasn't really himself in mind, it's other people. So I think drawing off that, when I first met him, you could tell that helping others and, really looking after people through his passion was really what meant good things to him. And I think the mental health side of things that we're doing is, I think it's using our passions that we love so much, whether it's filmmaking, whether it's rapping, graphic design, using that to help others in the way that we love, I think is what is really working here. And that's what it means to me personally. Not sure about Luke, but I think the fact that we're doing our own passions and we love what we do, and we're always after the next thing, we can always try and improve ourselves, not comparing ourselves to anyone else, but to who we were yesterday. I know it sounds cliche, but I think you'll see that how we're working together in terms of that is really helping people, because it's not only inspiring them to be better versions of themselves, but to say that you can go after what you love, and because we're doing it, so why not you? That kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, Luke, how did you get into rap? Because I know that you're a barber, you own your own business. I mean, how did you transition into rap?
It's pretty. Back when I was maybe 15 to 18, I suffered a lot myself with mental health, and there was always times where I didn't really tell anyone this, but I found when I was suffering that bad, I'd always write lyrics down that were really they were really sad. If I showed some, they were just really, really sad. And for me, age 15, writing lyrics that are so deep like that, I always knew in the back of my head that there was always something a bit wrong, that how I shouldn't be feeling like that. But after I turned maybe 18, I've been on all the prescriptions and stuff like that to try get it to go, and there's only so much it helps that stuff does, and it can make it worse. So after absolutely years of battling with it, I don't know how I did this. I started really training my mind to just go at it full ahead and take on all this like inner demons that I had, and I just went full with it, and I started to heal myself slowly. So I then didn't ever do music until maybe 2 years ago. I had all these lyrics of sad stuff through the pain that I went through, and then I've told myself 2 years ago, this is what I've been doing most of my life, is writing down these lyrics. And I didn't really know why I was writing them down. Did I want to do it for music? Was I writing it for my own pain, to release it out? But I felt the best way to help others through what I went through was to put it into music, so I can obviously tell people that, yeah, there is a light at the end of the tunnel and you can definitely get there.
Yeah, because I watch your YouTube channel and you freestyle a lot about your mental health, and the songs that you produce is very much about what you've been going through. And it's amazing, because I don't actually know many people that that are so open and wanted to make a difference for mental health. I mean, yes, you know, you have rappers where they talk about, you know, where they've gone and where they're going towards, but from the videos where you're linking with Samaritans and you really, really want to make a difference, it's really powerful. I'm not seeing many people do that. Are you finding that you guys are the first?
Tom, you've been in the videography scene. Do you see much of people videoing stuff like this? Because for me personally, I don't really know anyone else in the UK that is doing stuff like this, mental health awareness. I honestly can't think of one.
No, yeah, I agree. I don't think anyone's really doing that. I think it's all very, from a filmic point of view, definitely, or, you know, even rapping point of view as well. It's all very trend following, very trend setting, follow the next trend or whatever's happening. But I think to ground yourself in, you know, mental health and putting things at the end, I think that no one's really done that before. And I think combining what Luke just said with the, you know, he's really feeling what he's saying and he's experienced all that, really putting that into a song and then producing that into a video. And then just at the end saying, you know, if you can relate to any of this, then here's where you can find help. I think that's quite a powerful way to help others, or to even just give them the strength or confidence to even go ahead and contact those numbers. So that's kind of the reason why I put them at the end, because I think we really want to help others, and we do feel what we're saying.
Yeah, and I really love that, and I love the fact that you've even set up a Just Giving page, because obviously you want to make more tracks. Like Luke, you've released Demons in September, and you've made 2 videos together from the 4. Could you tell us a little bit about the Just Giving page and you know, what it's about, how people can get involved, things like that?
Yeah, the Just Giving page. A lot of people might think that we're just using the money for our self-gain, and that's not the case. He doesn't ask for any payment from me whatsoever. He's done it all on his own back when he works full time. He's absolutely grafted to 4 a.m. in the morning, and I've spent absolutely tons on equipment trying to get this sounding the best it possibly can. And the money that we're asking for isn't going back in our pockets. It's to simply put it on the promotion side of things. So that bit of money, we might not need the money, but the more we get, the more it keeps going on the promotions. So it really is, every pound is pushing to another person. That 1 more view, that 10 more views, if someone from that 10 views is suffering, it might help them. So I feel like the Just Giving, for people to donate who want to be a part of the journey and they know that it's going to a good cause. That's why I think me and Tom put it up, to for not our self-gain, but to obviously get the video out to a wider audience. So I think it honestly can help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole, like what Luke just said, the whole purpose of that is really just to help us carry on and do it even more professionally and bigger than what we've just done. Because like you said, we don't do this for profit. We haven't got like tons of resources. We're literally just doing this in our spare time on the weekends. Yeah. Like I work full time Monday to Friday, you know, doing a film business. Luke's got his barbers and all of his other stuff that he does. So we're sacrificing a lot of our time where we could be relaxing and just doing our own thing, really to work on these different passion projects and things we want to push out there. And I think the whole reason we put that on there was just to be able to carry on, because obviously, you know, there's only so much we can time and effort we can give before we burn out.
Yeah.
So I think, it's just that little extra help to carry on what we're doing.
No, it's good. And to be honest, the two videos that you both have made are just awesome. And I want to get into that. But what have you heard? What feedback have you received from the videos so far?
I've had, and Tom's had a few people as well, but mainly people come through on the YouTube comments and to my actual personal Instagram. And there was a video that I posted on my Instagram to just thank everyone for coming forward for the people who are actually suffering. And I'm not joking, reading out some of them, I will actually cry to myself through all, like the message they've sent to me is absolutely devastating, what they've been through. They've tried to take their life, and they've said that the songs me and Tom are doing has helped them through a hard time. It literally just ignites this fire that I want to carry on doing it. And I think Tom definitely feels the same way, because we've had so many messages from all around the world, not in UK, from people who are really, really suffering, and they're telling us that it is helping.
Yeah, like Luke said, it's been unbelievable actually, the kind of things that people have been quite open about how they felt about it and watched. And I didn't think people would react that way. And particularly what Luke is saying, they've really related to the lyrics of what he's saying and getting across. And that was quite powerful to see. And I think what was quite surprising as well is in the comments of the YouTube or wherever, and where people have done reactions to the video, they filmed themselves reacting to the video in real time, it's surprising to see how close their reaction was to what we intended for the video to produce. So at the start, for example, of the video Send Help, we wanted to make something quite shocking where the audience would think something quite shocking is about to happen and they're going to see it. And it would cause quite a strong feeling in somebody. And the whole purpose of that was to really connect them emotionally to what was about to come in the song. And people reacting to that have all almost affirmed what we were trying to do throughout the whole video. And that's really humbling, quite powerful to see, because it's like, well, it's worked. The kind of thought we've put into that to try and get across and to help people for a reason. We filmed it in a certain way. We put certain lyrics here and there. We put certain shots for a reason. And I think to see them react how we wanted them to is great. It's definitely worked.
Yeah. And it seems like that will spur you on to make more, because you're seeing and hearing what people are saying about the music and the videos that you're producing, because obviously you can access it absolutely everywhere. So what's the plans? Are you guys going to be making music videos for the other two tracks, Fly as a Bitch and By Your Side?
The Fly as a Bitch one, that was me experimenting to see like what people thought of a different approach to music. For me, I think the path that I'd like to stay on, I don't know about Tom, is just fully on the mental health side of things. I mean, the very things we said that people are rapping about, the money and stuff like that, it's not so much in the Fly as a Bitch song. That was mainly like, I've been hated on so much for starting out music in my hometown. And I feel like there's a lot of people out there that hate on you for doing, like, following your dreams. So that song was like just pushing a bit back, nothing to do with our mental health awareness. So I feel that's just definitely for the people who've ever hated on me really bad, and that's for them. But I would definitely focus more, and I think Tom would agree, on the mental health side of things, because I don't think for me I would write songs again about, like the generic stuff rappers rap about. For me, that the Fly as a Bitch one, I thought it was a good song, but it's not my best, and it's definitely not a song that I would like to keep creating. And I think me and Tom have found like our niche, what we're going to stick to. I feel Tom would feel the same.
Yeah, I think definitely. I think it's shown not only what the power of that can do, and how people really are looking for this kind of stuff, especially now after what happened last year. People are this is more important than ever. And I think in terms of the rapping side of things and the videos, Fly as a Bitch was actually the first one we were going to do. And then we changed it at the last minute to Send Help, because we both agreed, this is such a more powerful song, and it would be a lot more appropriate, especially now, to show that rather than the lyrics of the other one. But I think even though we want to stick to the mental health side of things, and not just mental health, just heartfelt stuff that people can relate to, because it's true to us as well. But I think saying that, the Fly's the Bitch example, I think they would be appropriate still after we've done a few more, because me and Luke have experienced quite a lot of criticism, a lot of bullying in our respective fields. You know, Luke has gone through all this kind of stuff. I've seen it online, the kind of stuff that Luke has been through. Just by following his passion and going after things he wants to do to help others. And I've had the same, you know, when I started out making small films and stuff, I had all criticism from everybody, even my own family members, telling me there's no money in that, don't go that way. Yeah. But yet here we both are creating something that people can relate to in a professional way, and it's having a profound effect. And so I think sticking with that theme would be great. But the Fly's the Bitch stuff, that's still appropriate, because it says, look, we've overcome this kind of stuff. So we're going to not brag about it, but just say we're confident in the fact that we've overcome this stuff together, and we want you to as well.
It's weird, isn't it? Because like whenever you want to pursue something that you want to do, you always have someone just say, nah, that's not it. You can't make it. I mean, I remember years ago when I was growing up, I wanted to be an actor, and I had people saying, nah, you can't make it. You're from Wales. Who makes it from there? There's no money. You need all this. And I literally just let my dreams slide away. And now I'm thinking, why did I do that? Like, it's stupid. So that's why I'm getting into the podcast, and fair play to you both, actually, you know, sticking and thinking to yourself, do you know what? These haters can say what they want, but I'm still going to carry on and do what I love. Do you find that you still get haters now, even though you've made these great music videos with such a powerful message behind it, and something that, you know, you really, really want to help people? Do you still find that there's haters out there?
I'm smiling, and I bet Tom will say afterwards, this is not particularly aimed at anyone, and I'm going to keep it quite light-hearted, but the people that was hating me for so long and even bullying me, and I can take all of it. I'm just a person that you could keep going, and it doesn't really affect me mentally when people say stuff about me, because I've been that used to it my whole entire life. But I feel it's funny to see now we're actually making an impact, and the people that laughed in my face and said we could never do this, it's funny to see how the tables turn, and you watch all them people come out of the woodworks and start messaging you. I promise that is how life is. It's so sad that when you start making an impact, you've got to really watch out for the people that hated you at the start and now want to be your friend. And it's hard. I always stay humble as well as Tom, but I really do find that a hard part of being humble at the same time, when we've been hated that much and now they want to be a part of what we're doing. And it's hard to stay humble, but I've not really said much about it because I'm focusing on the better things like the mental health side. But I do feel like that is how life is. People hate you until you start making an impact, and Tom will tell you the same, because I assure he's had it as well.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. We definitely had criticism, but not in the same way we would have had it before. Like Luke said, people have the tables have turned. They're now, rather than hating and spewing stuff as like negative things, they're now coming and messaging us saying, "Oh, you know, loved your video. Could we be in the video, or could we be part of it, or these kind of things?" And you know, as much as we appreciate the offer and we appreciate you messaging us, but you could have done that a year ago when you were saying all these negative things. You could have asked to be in the video and helped us when we had no resources, no money, and we were struggling, and people were telling us that we can't do this and do that. And yet now we're here. Now they're asking to be in the video. And it's just small things like that which are quite, not so much annoying, a little bit disheartening, the fact that we've had to go through all that just for them to finally say, well, you know, good job. But I think, like Luke said, we aren't really bothered about any criticism or any negative talk or anything. We're focusing on what we're doing because we love what we do. And this, for example, the videos, as a filmmaker, I see mistakes in there that I've made, which I want to improve on. Now, putting that in front of 50,000 people is great, because they can criticize, constructive feedback, tell what they'd like to see next or what perhaps could be improved. Brilliant. Or in terms of the tracks that Luke's doing, you know, we love that. Or we didn't perhaps like this one. Could you do this next time? And it's really great for us to put that out there and get that kind of feedback, as opposed to what we had before, where it was just purely just negative and telling us to stop what we were doing.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a shame that it has to get to that. But I mean, at least now that you know what the bigger picture is, and you now know that you don't have to worry about what they're saying, because now you've got a bigger picture. You want to help mass. So, I mean, good on you for that. In terms of the I'll Be There video, because that launched on the 2nd of January. Can you just tell us a little bit about that? Because Tom, obviously you shot the video. The video is awesome, by the way. And Luke, it's very deep, but very hard hitting lyrics and an awesome beat as well. The beat is awesome.
Yes.
How do you guys actually work together? I mean, how does it work with the music and the video and linking it and thinking this is what we want to create from this song?
Usually I will spend a couple of weeks and sometimes months. I will be behind the scenes writing down these lyrics, and I will literally just present it to Tom. And he'll always be gassed. Tom will, like, I know when he likes it. And this next one that we've got coming, I won't say too much about it, but Tom reckons this is going to be like the best one so far. Obviously, guys, you need to keep the attention on that. I'll Be There for now, but I'm not going to say too much. But yeah, I do. When I send it to Tom, we start then thinking of the ideas, and then I'll send it to my friend who mixes and masters it, Pirate Twitty on Instagram, if you guys want to know that. But yeah, he'll mix and master it, and I'll send it to Tom. Then we'll start planning out like the storyboard Tom will do. I just leave that all to Tom because I don't know anything about videography, and I wouldn't want to take away what Tom wants to do neither. Like, I find this is as much as his thing as it is for mine. So when we do hit that 100,000 subscribers, it won't just be me who's hit that. And I'll make sure everyone knows that even you who is doing this podcast with us today, you've helped us get to that. In the fans and everyone, it's not just been me, and I want to everyone know that we all did this together as a family. And I think that's again goes for like not feeling alone.
Yeah, absolutely. I think in terms of the process, like Luke said, it's basically just we're going crazy over stuff that he's written and some ideas, and it's brilliant, you know, because as a filmmaker or videographer or whatever, I've worked with music artists or even dance troupes and other businesses where they've been solely their hand on my hand on the mouse, telling me exactly what they want, which is fine if you've got a great vision and you're after what you want and you're really specific. But I think sometimes you have to perhaps trust your teammates or whoever to see what you've made from a different perspective, or perhaps to elevate that in terms of visuals. Now, what Luke does, he makes it very easy because the stuff he does is brilliant. The lyrics really heartfelt, and he really puts his soul into what he does. So it makes it very easy to try and imagine, you know, perhaps visuals or how a certain thing could look. But we do work together. So we made the video. I'll direct him on the day. I'll set some shots up because I've got some ideas. But then Luke will come up with some ideas of his own. Oh, well, what if we try this? Oh, well, let's give it a go. We give it a go. Actually, that's really good. So we put it in the video. So it's not perhaps one-sided or unequal. We're both working together from different perspectives as to what would work best for the project rather than what works best for what we want to do. You know what I mean? It's all about the project and about the effect that will have, rather than trying to put our own ideas in because we want to make it how we want to do.
I quickly before the next question kind of thing, there's a lot of people that always message me and ask if I'm actually doing okay, because I think a lot of people actually believe that the lyrics that I'm writing is how I'm feeling right now. Whereas I just wanted to clear it up. I feel like anyone has suffered with mental health, which there's so many people out there, you, me, Tom, we've all dealt with some type of mental health through our lives. I feel like the lyrics that I write, my mental health is always in the back of my mind through what I've been through in the past. I don't show anything now because I'm not actually feeling any of that anymore. But it's always in the back of my mind, and I know I sometimes get these feelings. It could quite easily go back to that if I let myself get back to that. So I always write my lyrics on if I went back to how I used to feel, but in today. So I find like having my daughter, my missus and my family, if I put all that into it, I don't have to write from back when I was a kid. I can write it right now in 2020, and it's obviously 2021 now, but people can relate to it at a later age, not back when I was 15, because obviously times have changed. So I tend to put my lyrics on right now as if I was feeling like I used to.
And that's weird because that was actually one of the questions.
Damn.
It's good. No, it's brilliant. And no, I mean they're powerful. Like they're powerful lyrics. What you're talking about, and I think it will help and resonate with a lot of people. So I mean, yeah, thanks guys for putting it out there. But we were talking before the recording about the video for "I'll Be There." Could you just tell us a little bit about the location, because the location is awesome, and how did you find it, and what is the background of it?
Go on, Tom.
Well, yeah, I'll shout it out when I've told you what it is. So we're from the area in Staffordshire, and there's loads of the area is quite run down anyway, because it used to be a quite industrial site. So everything's gone. It's all run down. Everything's derelict essentially. So it would make a great zombie movie. But there's definitely loads of buildings that are derelict. And this one in particular is open to be rented for a few pounds an hour, however you want, how long you want, to shoot anything that's media related or photography. Now it's used mainly for photography. It's called the X Factory, and it's used for a lot of lingerie shoots and quite out there stuff. So if you're into that, then explicit stuff, then no problem. So it's quite weird to be there in person after seeing all the kind of things that are shot there. But you know, you're into what you're into, aren't you? And I think the idea behind using that was, one, we wanted somewhere that was really derelict and run down, and it was hard to find anywhere without doing something illegal. And I think Luke went to go and see a few places, but we thought, no, we're not going to risk hurting ourselves.
That is another story.
That's another story. Yeah, the kind of stuff that we've had to try and do to get these locations is a video in itself. But yeah, and we found the location. We met up with the guy, paid the amount, and when we turned up, we thought, yeah, this is brilliant. This is exactly what we were after. There's brilliant stuff in there, really cold, and we got to shoot all of our stuff without being interrupted. So it was a great find, and I think being able to use it for something different that wasn't erotica or lingerie and stuff, it was something that was more, you know, appropriate and more heartfelt for the times now. And I say that in terms of mental health, what's going on. It was quite a good contrast as to what it's usually used for. So.
Yeah.
I mean, for anybody who's hearing this or watching it, just check out the video. It is awesome. I mean, yeah, the way that you both work together, clearly you've got such a good working relationship, and what you're talking about, Luke, and what your vision is, Tom, it just works. It blends like perfectly. So yeah, honestly, I'd like check it out. So guys, for the listeners and the viewers out there, if they are experiencing any mental health challenges at the moment, obviously we're in 2021 now, what advice would you give to them? Because obviously it seems like you've both had different journeys, but both had challenges. What advice would you give?
I'm positive Tom will have his way of dealing with it and his things that he thinks is best for him. So I'll go with what I personally did first, and then I'm sure Tom will tell you his. But back when I was suffering, I downloaded an app after one of my friends told me about it. It is called Headspace, I believe. And you download this app, and whenever you feel like, I used to get a lot of panic attacks, I did, and it sounds like really silly for me to say this. I always had this constant fear, not many people know this, that I was actually dying. And I don't know why, every single night I would constantly believe that I was dying. And I don't know why I felt like that. It was just, I thought I was ill. I had some underlying condition that I was dying. And you could check my medical records. They must have been Luke. I'd be going in to check with the doctors if I'm all right. And these did lead to me having panic attacks and ambulances having to come out. I'd have symptoms like I was having heart attacks, chest pain, I had my face even went like I felt like I was having strokes. My mum can back all this up. I would run into her bedroom and be like, "Mum, I can't feel my face." It was all really mental symptoms that I thought was happening, but wasn't really like actually happening. And that Headspace app, as soon as I downloaded it, whenever I felt like a panic attack was coming on, it really teaches you breathing techniques. And a lot of people would laugh at that, but it's amazing how breathing techniques can like put I think I'm not a scientist, but I think it puts a certain chemical back into your head when you're panicking with the breathing. And I really did feel, because someone talks to you at the same time on this app, so you just really feel like someone's there for you if you feel like you don't have anyone there. And for me, that was where I started to heal. And obviously there's loads more things. There's a men's group on Facebook, and I know these women's groups out there, but this specific one for men is called Men United. It's where, because a lot of men unfortunately don't speak up, and it's too late because they commit suicide, and it's just because men have got this hard front that they're not going to tell anyone. So if anyone out there is suffering, man or woman, go on Facebook, and there is so many groups out there with thousands of people who are struggling every day. And even my YouTube channel, we've built so many people who are suffering. I've even seen people commenting on the videos, and our subscribers are jumping to them saying, "Are you okay?" They're having communication with themselves. So if you do feel like that, literally speak to me and Tom. Go on my YouTube, listen to the songs. I speak to my subscribers every single day. I do the best I can do, and I'm sure you guys even would. So that's my version, and I bet Tom has his own.
Yeah, it's nice that you're opened up about that. You know, you said all the things because I think it's important to do that. So that's brilliant. Yeah, I can support everything he's saying. At the end of the videos, you'll notice that we put, you know, if you feel alone, hopeless, or lost, don't suffer in silence. You know, we're here to help, and we really mean that. That's how we put it at the end of the video. So if you watch a video that we've done, one of the music videos, and you think, you know what, I could just do with a bit of a chat, message us, or the text at the end. That's what they're there for. And I think in terms of the question, I think if you're, you know, suffering in terms of mental health, or you really want to go after your passions and do something you love, but you're afraid that, you know, people will judge you or get some negative talk, or you've already been bullied about them. I suffered a lot of that in high school. I was always wanting to do my own things. I used to make little stop animation Lego films with my little mum's digital camera. I used to film little Lego stop animation things like Wallace and Gromit, and put them on YouTube and try different things. And people would really, and try YouTube videos and stuff, and people would really put you down for that. And it's not so much what they're saying at you, it's what it causes inside. It causes that self-doubt. You start to think, actually, is what they're saying true? Am I weird? Is what I'm doing stupid? Like, why am I doing this? And I think it's the self-doubt that starts to reciprocate and go round, and then you start to talk yourself out of things. And then 10 years down the line, you realize, actually, I could have done that, but I allowed someone to talk me out of what I wanted to do. And that could have helped people. And then you see someone else who's done that, and, you know, they're living a nice life. They've got a family, they're getting a lot of money. And you think, if only I'd done that. You know what I mean? I could be doing the same and helping others. So I think if you're feeling like that, and you feel like, you know, you want to go and start the gym, or you want to start sewing, or drawing, or a podcast, or filmmaking. I know everyone says this, but try it just for a day. You know, you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. If they say stuff to you, they're going to say stuff regardless whether you do it or not. You know, so I think, please, you're doing humanity an injustice if you don't go after what you love, because we need you. You know, the most viable place, the most wealthy place is the graveyard. All those unheard books, unheard podcasts, films that we never saw, music that we never heard, because we allowed ourselves to be talked out of what we love doing. So if you're feeling like that, if you feel like you want just a bit of a chat, you want to go after what you like doing, or you are just struggling, then you can give us a call, a chat on, you know, on what we are on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, because that's what they're there for. And if you want just something to listen to, put one of the YouTube videos on, the music videos. That's what they're there for.
No, thanks, guys. That's really good advice, and thank you for opening up, both of you, as well, on what you've been going through. And but I think that obviously, 2021, I feel like there's a lot more optimistic now. People are a bit more prepared of what's happened last year. So hopefully we do have a bit more positivity and kindness moving forward into this year. So what's next for you both? What has this year got planned for you?
We've got really big plans. Like, the first one for me, and I'm not sure about Tom, is I really want to hold up that award with all of us, with that 100,000 subscribers. I feel like that would be such a big community of people that I know that loads of them are suffering, and I know that they'll feel all together, because we're a family on this channel. We don't do things just by ourselves. We're always in the comment section the best we can. We do have our own lives at the same time, but we always make sure, like, we give a part of ourselves for our fans who are watching. And I think if we keep releasing these songs and slowly but gradually build up a big platform, we can just take it humongous. Like, Tom's got the vision, because he's the videographer, so he can possibly say much more about me than this.
Well, the one thing I will say, I've heard the first draft of Luke's next song, and I've got to tell you now, it's, as soon as I listened, I thought, wow, that is exactly the thing we're going for. That's exactly what we're after. The next song is going to be very heartfelt, very powerful, and very true as well. So I think the plans for this year is to carry on at the same pace, the same momentum that we're doing, and to keep releasing music video after music video, track after track. And we have this principle where every video we do, or every track we do, it has to be 10 times or whatever better than the last one, because we're always trying to improve and improve it for everyone that's watching. So I'll say, in terms of goals, the music videos, keep a lookout for those. They're going to be great, and the tracks as well that are part of them. And hitting the 100,000 subscribers, like Luke said, wouldn't be just for Luke, wouldn't just be to be shown my work. It would be for everyone. Like Luke said, it's everyone can, like, go, wow, we did this as a group, a community, to help people all around the world and to help ourselves as well. So I think that's the goal. I think it's very easy to be very materialistic. We'd love to have, like, a massive studio. We've talked about that. We'd love to have a great big studio where we're in there together with a recording booth and an editing suite, so we can make things at the same time very quickly. But I think before that, it's the principle of helping others through what we do.
Yeah, I think for me as well, just to end that question, I don't want people to think, oh, that's Bayo, he's just a rapper. I want people to think that we are an approachable team of people that you can come to, and I'm not just a one-man rapper just rapping about anything. Like, I want to feel like you're part of this family and process going forward. Like, we're together and we're doing it together. Like, I want to feel like it's a safe place, this channel, to just let out how you're truly feeling. And I think it's working brilliant so far, because there's thousands of, it's scary, even upsetting how many people there are that are actually suffering out there. And for me and Thomas, seeing that it's helping, it just makes us honestly just want to drive even further, like, take it so far. And I'm loving every bit of it.
I think, to end that, what we've been doing so far, we've done it for the past 4 months, since August, and we've been able to do quite a few things in that time. So if anyone's watching and then they listen to what we do, it's only going to get better from there. If someone was to look at what we do and think, oh, well, okay, that's great, but where now? Don't judge us prematurely, because we've got some great things planned for this year, to work together with other people as well, involving graphic designers that Luke's got involved, and all these different things. It's going to, by the end of this year, we want to show what not only ourselves are capable of, but the creative skill and passion of those around us are capable of as well. And to me, it should really touch people across the world with what we do.
And to be honest, it just shows how much people value what you're doing, because when we first got in contact, I think it was like early December or something, I think your YouTube had like 40,000. Now it's like 50,000. And it's just that people are just subscribing because they're obviously understanding what you both are trying to achieve, and it's working. And you'll get that 100,000 in no time. And just thank you for doing what you're doing, guys. And I look forward to hearing more songs, seeing more videos, and good work. And I'll put links to everything that we've been discussing with your Just Giving page, and hopefully this can help you get a little bit further.
If it's okay, I don't know if you'd want us to do this. It's totally up to you. But have you got your own YouTube channel?
I just started it like 4 days ago. I put a video on there yesterday. I was using Adobe Premiere. It took me about 5 hours to export this 5-minute clip. So I just started it. So I'm literally just learning as I go along.
Would you be happy with us to take the edited version, and when you upload it to yours, we can upload it to ours and put your channel all in it? So, because I think our subscribers would absolutely love to see not only us, but you giving us questions like this, and even more of your podcast, because you're not just going to do us. I think the more we grow everyone together, more people can come to you as well and look at your podcast. So if you're happy with us, I mean, we don't have to if you don't want us to, but I would love to put it on our channel and give you all the links, and send everyone to your podcast, because it's another form of letting everyone's stress go listening, isn't it? Because we don't do podcasts.
Oh, right. Okay. I mean, no, I would love that. And I'll be really appreciative of that. I mean, I just started in June, and my core is audio, and it's on Spotify, but I thought that there's a link that I've missed, because people view online, they want to see the interviews. So I really appreciate that, and anything that I can do to help as well.
You've already helped us loads just by this podcast.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, no, I appreciate you both for joining me today. And I'll put links to the video, your Just Giving page. And I look forward to seeing and hearing everything that you both are doing. It is awesome. And anybody who's watching or listening to this, honestly, check out Bayo's music. It's sick. Honestly, if you want to hear heartfelt lyrics but can help you if you're going through something difficult, then Bayo is your man. And if you want to see something incredible that Tom shot, check it out. Honestly, it's awesome.
And before we do go, guys, I just wanted to not only shout out you, John, who's doing the podcast. Thank you so much, mate. I want to shout out everyone who's actually supported us from day one. You might have not donated to our GoFundMe page, but that honestly, we don't change our views on you. Even every like, just you watching it, sharing it, commenting it, we honestly, just doing that, we appreciate it more than anything. And I'd just like to thank the people who are actually sending the money to the GoFundMe page, the Just Giving page, sorry. And I've had parcels today being sent to me from people from the subscribers. They're sending me better music equipment because they honestly believe in the goal we're trying to achieve. Hundreds of pounds have just been ploughed into this, and I just wanted to say a massive thank you to whoever is showing the support. You, John, Tom, everyone. If you are suffering, hit us up, guys. It's 2021. Let's go into the new year with a positive mind, and we can do it together.
Love it. Love it. Thanks, guys.